Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Today we are going to be starting the Temple of Time, our next dungeon. It's very strange for this game, honestly, to be finishing a dungeon only 2 parts ago and already be in the next one. Very common in Ocarina of Time, where I did, I guess in that game though, I took care of a ton of side stuff and then did water, forest, and fire temples all like back to back, but it's very weird in this game to do that. Don't you think there's something odd about that statue in the grove and in the temple entry? They're always matching ones, but here there's only one. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Maybe we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, Temple of Time here. This is a somewhat interesting way of going about doing things in comparison to some of the other dungeons, as this is probably the most linear dungeon in the game. It's essentially just a straight shot up the tower, and then at the top we're going to get a little something and have to make our way down in a slightly more interesting way. Not so fast. At last, this is it. This is where I've been trying to get to. Ancient technology of our people sleeps in this place. We've searched all over and now we're so close, I can smell it. Once we find that thing, we can go home at last. Oh gracious, yes. Young man. We're so close, so please help us find what we're looking for. Yes, we have Uku once again. Even though I'd like to throw her into a fire more than anything else, but... oh well. And is this a small key? I think it is. Yeah, we're pretty much just going to be making our way up, you know, doing puzzles, the usual Zelda dungeon stuff that we're pretty used to by now. And you'll also notice some of the sage medallions in the floor here. Well, actually, I think that's just the light medallion, which would make sense with this being the Temple of Time, and probably what they originally were going to have be a light temple in Ocarina of Time. Also notice little spiders! Little Goma spiders. Alright, claw shot. Yeah, if you ever see spots like this, you can usually just kind of claw shot behind them. Although this one you might not be able to do it with. Yeah. You just need to step on this. But if I remember correctly, yeah, it just closes right back up. So... Can you, you can like drop the pots on them, right? Yeah, you can place the pot down on here gently. Hold this for you. So last time I did this dungeon, this is as far as I've played in my multiplayer playthrough, was through this dungeon, and that was kind of interesting being able to, kind of cheese some of the puzzles in this one by just having the other players stand on a pressure plate. There we go. Probably would have been faster to just shoot that with an arrow or something. I think this is also... No, we've definitely seen Lizalfos in the game up to this point. I always associate them with this one though now because of Link's crossbow training. This level had quite a few of them in that game. Come on. Good. And is this alive already? Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. Couldn't remember. We'll be seeing a few of those. That's the Armos of this game. Which, Armos just look very, very strange to me in this game. Although a lot of things look really strange in this game to me. Just like, oh, that's a very weird design for that thing. There we go. Okay, come here. Oh man, I messed that up. Oh well, you're dead now. Bye-bye. Kabloom. Oh, we got a chest for that. Alright. Oh, and it's a fairly large one, too. And of course, there's gonna be the 2 heart pieces. I think I remember where both of them are. I definitely know where one of them is. I'm trying to remember the other. And I think this is also the dungeon that has a slightly annoying Poe to get to at some point. This must be the dungeon map. Yep. And we gone ahead and take a look. As you can see, lots and lots of floors here. And there's 2 Poes for us to find within, right, 2? Yeah, 2 Poes in the dungeon. So we'll need to be on the lookout for those little guys. Yeah, this is one of the rooms you gotta look out for. So I think the main strategy is gonna be just do what we need to do to ascend the tower and then do other stuff on the way back down, which admittedly the way down is the longer part, I think. Not that there isn't a lot that we have to do on the way up, but definitely not as much as there is on the way down. So yeah, that's the locked door. And what we need to do is get both of these things over to the pressure plates. So I'm gonna go on ahead and take this one over. Excuse me. Because I do believe we need to go into this room now. So it's one that we'll have to go back into later on, but I'm pretty sure we also need to take care of it now. So let's go up. Whichever way that would be. Which is not this one. We do need to kill all of these guys, which I've always said these guys look like Matites from Pikmin. They just look like that to me. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's because they actually do just look like them with the big white bulge. Those are like little Goma larvae, I guess. Alright. Very, very carefully here. Yeah, there's not much room here. It's pretty easy to get hit by the blade traps here. Okay. Yeah, because this room here, I think this is a heart piece that we can get later on. But we need to come in here now to get a small key. So we'll take out our Armos statue friends here, which I can thankfully kill before they really do anything. Oh, come on. Come here. There we go. Because really what you need to do is you need to get these guys down onto the pressure plates, and that'll get you the heart piece, but we kind of don't have a way to do that yet. We will later on in the dungeon. Because unfortunately you can't just throw them from here onto it. You can throw them up there, you just can't throw them onto the pressure point, I think. There is our next stamp. How many stamps are we up to? 21. Okay, so we have almost half. That's better than I would have thought, admittedly. Definitely gonna have to do a whole stamp collection video near the end of the game, but that's okay. I've kind of bounced around in my head whether I want to not do all the stamps. Just because they're so pointless, but I'll probably do it. It'll only take me like an hour or so to go get all of them probably. So I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I'll have at least done like almost a full 100% of the game at least once. So, no, not yet. And then we got our good old BMOS friends. I have to admit, one thing I do like is that the BMOS have different designs in the different dungeons, kind of. Like, they look different from the Goron Mines ones to kind of be more in line with this dungeon's aesthetics, which I think is a very nice touch. It's very appreciated. Yeah, this is a kind of cool, if not slightly tedious room. Compass, right? Compass, yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, I thought I missed for a second. Not the best at hitting some of these crystals sometimes. I don't know why I've been having a much harder time with aiming in this game than I have previous ones. Especially considering I didn't have gyro for Wind Waker. I kind of played that in like the Wii U Pro Controller mode with my Switch controller on CMU, so... Whereas this one, I'm actually playing on the Wii U and I have, you know, my gamepad and stuff. Take this guy out. Pretty sure you can do a helm splitter on that one. This might be the room where you get the other heart piece, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure about that. I do know we're already pretty high up the tower at this point, though, for here. Where are we? Yeah, 5th floor. Definitely not doing too bad. And these guys, I think these are the ones that are a real pain in the butt. There's ones that we're going to be fighting in the dungeon after this that are really one of the harder enemies of the game. There we go. Actually use some of the sword techniques we've been learning throughout the game. Impossible. Okay. Where... Okay, this is an enemy. Trying to keep... I mean, we have the compass at this point, but I do need to be keeping an eye out for, you know, chests and whatnot. And I missed. I missed again. There we go. Because I don't know this dungeon super well. Although I was surprised at how well Snow Peak went. And then, I mean, admittedly, this dungeon just go up the tower and then go back down the tower. It's kind of hard to get lost in it. You just might get stuck on the puzzles. Hey guys! Any room with the Matites, I think you do want to try to kill them all. But you might want to do that on the way back down. Like I said, I'm gonna do all this kind of stuff on the way down more. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of annoying room. Admittedly, there is a Poe in here. I don't think we can get to it yet. So what we need to do is tip the scales a little. I don't remember. Yeah, you can throw that up there. All right. So 2 of those is even with Link, and we can't really get a third one yet, but you might notice there's that hookshot point over there, because what we really need to do is get on there and then hop around, I think. Can I get there from here? Oh, I can. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then use the spinner. Yeah, this is the more annoying Poe. You might have noticed the other one. It was behind like a gate in the room where we had to move the spiral thing. But this is just a really easy Poe to forget about. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out now. Come here. Sir, please. Thank you. Okay. We can get what I assume is just a rupee or something over here. We'll check it out. Oh, it's a stamp. Cool. All right. I'll gladly take that. And this is the room you get the boss key in, actually. So I guess you do have to come up here. Alright, let's get behind this guy. Do you not need the dungeon item to do this room? I like how I say I don't remember this dungeon very well, and like I know this is the boss key just from entering the room. This is very surprising. I've said it multiple times throughout this whole Let's Play. I'm surprised at how much I remember from my previous playthrough of the game over a year ago. As I keep playing. I really don't feel like I know this game super well. That's what it is. I remember now. So we can get up here. The issue is there's all these pressure plates, and you might think, what the heck do I do here? Well, good sir, you can hookshot these and place them down onto the pressure plates. And that will make your life a lot easier. Go on ahead and get whatever this is too. Probably a rupee, yeah. I think you need to pull up both of them. Yeah. So you might want to make sure they're in positions you can actually reach with your claw shot. Which I clearly have not done the best job of. Where's the other one anyway? Of course. Yeah, you gotta go on ahead and move it around a little bit. Slightly tedious in a way, I guess, but that should net us our boss key. Which the boss is on the first floor of the dungeon. It's actually behind that door that Midna was like, oh yeah, there's not another statue there. We just gotta get back there and then we'll be good. That's why I said it's just a big climb up, then go back down. But I'm glad I remembered to do that on our way through the dungeon and not have to fiddle with it on the way back. So that will make this room a whole lot faster when we come back through. I think we're going up to floor 7 now, so we're doing pretty good. Well, I guess this floor still has a lot to it, and I missed. There we go. Is there a chest in here? I don't remember. Nah. All right. Should probably have the mini map open so that I see the full chest. Let me finish him. Thank you. Okay. Finish this guy off too. Can I get that chest now? I can. All right, I'm just gonna go on ahead and grab it then. Ow. Excuse me. I don't remember this chest at all. Probably because I just... no, if this is a small key, we're gonna need it on the way up. Huh. Well, yes, I am just gonna tank all of these because I don't care. There's the, I haven't really acknowledged the electric fences all that much, I guess, going through here, but yeah, they're there. Just, you know, don't touch them. Pretty simple. Oh no, we're on the 8th floor now. Okay, so we have ascended all the way up the Temple of Time. I'm going to kill all of you. Even though this would be easier in about 2 minutes. Actually, might be a little bit longer than that, but... Hey guys. I think I actually have to kill all of the enemies in this one now. Come here, guys. Doing this in like the least efficient way possible. Okay, yeah, killing all the Metites helped. I like how I'm actually calling them Metites like that's their real name. It is in my heart, so that's what you're gonna get from me. Yeah, that does open it up. Okay. And what's the... Oh, I know what the pressure plate's for. Yeah. So it helps to kill them all now. Purple rupee, not super helpful anymore, but we'll take it. And we do have a very fat wallet at this point. I can hold all the money. Okay. Well, time for the mini boss of the dungeon, and to get the dungeon item. Let's do it. Which, this is a really cool mini boss. And it's going to be an enemy we'll be seeing quite a bit from this point forward in the game. There's the big statue. But first, we have to meet Twilight Princess's take on the Dark Nut. They are very intimidating in this game in comparison to Wind Waker, admittedly. In Wind Waker, they were probably the toughest enemy in that game, and they are definitely the toughest one in this game. They are heavily armored, has a shield. You cannot just do a simple helm splitter, but much like Wind Waker, they are quite weak to back movements, if I remember correctly. I can actually get behind him. Yeah, there we go. It just takes one good shot on the back and you'll get some damage in. Nope. Yeah, these are like the one enemy you actually have to like use your sword skills on. The thing is, I'm not very good at fighting them in this game. I have to admit, I'm actually really bad at dealing with Dark Nuts in Twilight Princess, and that weakness is going to very much come back to haunt me in the Cave of Ordeals, because you actually have to fight a lot of these guys in there. One detail I do really like, though, is that their armor slowly comes off as you fight them. We knock more and more pieces off. Oh man, I got hit. There we go. Finally got rid of the shield. Phase 2 can be in where they get much more aggressive. They throw away their greatsword and pull out the long sword. That also makes them much more open to attacks, so... While they're much more open, they're also a lot more agile. It's a good trade-off and makes the fight a lot more interesting at the very least. Really, I would say the Dark Nuts in this game are probably the most interesting that Zelda combat has gotten up until probably Breath of the Wild. And that does include Skyward Sword, because I find this more interesting than Skyward Sword's combat, personally. But I do think these guys are a great enemy, great little challenge. That actually makes you put some of your sword skills to use and look for some openings in their defenses. Yeah, there we go, the Dominion Rod, and we are going to be using it a little bit today because I think I want to get as far into the dungeon as I can today just to ensure that I finish it next time. So let's go ahead and equip it and put it to use. So the Dominion Rod, I think, is a pretty great item overall. This is basically like the command melody if it wasn't a pain in the butt to use. So it's pretty neat. All it is you just aim at what you want, you shoot the ball at it, and then it'll follow your movements, which I think is a very nice change from the command melody in Wind Waker. Streamlining things like that is very nice. They did a really good job with the Dominion Rod overall in terms of how it's used, but it is an item that, quite like a lot of these later half dungeon items, just doesn't really get to see much use outside of its dungeon. Although this one probably gets more use than the spinner and the ball and chain do, so I guess that's not too bad. But yeah, the whole second half of this dungeon pretty much revolves around getting this guy to the different bells, and then the bell things will transport him to the next room or the next floor, and we just keep rinse and repeating that until we get to the end. A couple things to know about this guy. If you press, is it B? No, that cancels. I think it's Y. Or is it just whatever item you cast with? Yeah, whatever button your Dominion Rod's on, you can hit stuff. And this guy's pretty strong, to say the least. Let's do this. We're gonna step on this, walk forward, get him up, and just keep moving, just keep moving, just keep moving. Yeah, this guy's like super duper strong and is just fun to get around with. Whoops. And we should be able to use him to hold down this pressure plate for us, so that's kind of nice. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, the fun part is destroying stuff like this. That's why I don't remember the pendulum swinging here to get the small key, because you can kind of just destroy the thing, I think. Or not. Okay. I guess that's like the one thing you can't destroy out of all this kind of stuff. I actually want him in front of me for this, because I do believe we can fully destroy the Beamos with our friend here. We can destroy the Beamos and even the blade traps on the ground. He does it all. He's your world's best house cleaner. Okay, we need to get you over here. And whoops. Yeah, you can also hit yourself, even. But now we can actually grab the little ones too. It's not just limited to the big guy here. And this is how we're gonna get that one heart piece that I was talking about earlier. We can actually guide these along to the pressure plates now and, you know, open up the chest with the heart piece inside of it thanks to that. So, very much something that we'll be taking advantage of. What floor are we already going to be down to? 5? Or are we heading down to 6 right now? But this room's a pain in the butt. Good thing I'm going to be doing it today, though. That's the wrong button. Okay, we're on 7. All right. So yeah, the hard part now is getting this guy across the pressure plates, because we can't just walk off the edge with him, unfortunately. It's not going to be that easy. So, this is going to fall. Throw that up. And now that stays, so we need to get over elsewhere, which our perfect candidate to help is right here. Come on down. Welcome to the showroom floor. You are going to be our next contestant to help out today, buddy. I think I'm just gonna pick this one up for some reason. Yeah, this is the room where I have left a chest, and that is because I'm going to take out all the metites and stuff with our statue friend instead. I guess there's extras to help us out here. There we go. All right. Now for the part that's the pain in the butt, which is transferring all of these smaller ones over to the other pressure plate. Come on. Yeah, this is a lot less intuitive to do than that one shrine in Breath of the Wild that where you just use some magnesis on stuff, which something like magnesis I think is a great progression of something like the Dominion Rod, and then Ultra Hand takes that further. And Tears of the Kingdom. Come on. Oh my gosh, it is not that hard, Link. Just throw all of them up. Yeah, this is what I meant by this room is quite the tedious room. What the heck, man? There we go. Okay. And now I can jump down here and get our friend across. Come on, buddy. I want to wrap this part up. It's going to go over 30 minutes now. I have to be kind of careful here so I don't hit myself too much. Oh, what? Bonk. Bonk. See, this is way more fun than just killing them with your sword. Bonk. Even if it is honestly like a little slower in some ways, but I like bonking everything. If you've seen me play Dark Souls, then you would know that. Even though I haven't really used my super bonk builds yet in any of my Dark Souls Let's Plays. Okay, come on. There we go. I think that's all of them. Yep. Give me my chest. And is this a heart piece? No, it's money. All right. Well, all right, let's send this guy in, and that will put him onto the next floor, which is going to be a great spot for us to be at starting next time. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end this part here, and I will see you guys next time, where we'll finish up the Temple of Time. Bye-bye.